Hi, I'm Sam Smeltzer. I'm a certified HR practitioner and medical Qigong practitioner. I am the founder and CEO of Leadership Arts Associates, a small boutique HR consulting firm, and the creator of the Heart Center, which is devoted to restoring passionate professionals through yin yoga, Qigong, and intuitive services. I'm also the author of the HR Intuitive, and today I'm honored to share with you a lesson from that book. The lesson that I want to share with you today is the difference between empathy and empath. We're taught to have empathy in our relationships, and that's completely different than being an empath. So let's start with empathy. When we have empathy, we have an understanding for how other people are feeling, and that's a great communication skill set to have. However, when I'm an empath, something completely different happens, and I know because I am an empath. When you're an empath, you have the ability to take on other people's emotions like they are yours, which means you experience them and you feel them as if you were going through those moments. And as an empath, if you're not aware of it, you can actually take on those emotions just being in the vicinity of other people and being near them as they are feeling. The dangers about this is obviously if you have no awareness that you're an empath and you're taking on these feelings, that you can become very overwhelmed. Let's take, for example, very simply, if somebody does not like you for any given reason, and they come close to your space and you're able to pick up on those feelings and sensations, you might find yourself thinking negatively about yourself and not sure where those thoughts or emotions or feelings even originated from. That is being an empath at work. So there are dangers to it if we don't learn how to control this amazing gift. One experience I want to just share with you that really kind of solidified why I wanted to include this in the book and also share this with you now is not too long ago, I was doing a live stream talking about how I'm an empath. And it was a pretty big deal coming out and sharing this because I have dealt with it since I was a young child, being overstimulated and thinking that there was something wrong with me. Usually empaths are labeled as super sensitive, and that's not seen as something as a strength in our society. It's typically seen as a weakness or something that makes us fragile. But while I was doing this live stream, there was someone who reached out and shared that they were an empath, and they actually had been working hard to basically eliminate that part of them. There's no shame in being an empath. It is a beautiful gift that allows you to connect with people that some will always desire that they can and want to be able to. And so if you find yourself being able to understand emotions on a level where you are experiencing them right with those individuals, you don't want to hold back from that. You want to learn how to separate your feelings from someone else's. You want to learn how to establish those boundaries so that you can use your gift to help others, which is usually the true intention that all empaths have anyways. That's why we get so mixed up in the feelings and the emotions. It's because we care. So even though this lesson is more so to tell you about the difference between empathy and being an empath, I can't teach you everything to master being an empath. That's definitely just a path you have to go down. And even in the book, I don't go into that great depth. But hopefully, if you're identifying as an empath, you continue on that journey. I do want to give you one recommendation exercise, which is actually what my holistic coach gave to me when I started to learn to master being an empath and establishing boundaries. And it's as simple as checking in. Before you enter any kind of space where you potentially are going to come in contact with other people and their emotions, so it could be work, it could be a party, it could be going home. Take a moment when you are in your own safe space, could be in the car or just before you enter the house. Take a couple of deep breaths and just recognize how you feel. Call attention and recognize how you feel in that moment. And then as you enter the space, make note of other feelings and other thoughts that come from pretty much they seem random. They're not so random. They're coming from others that are around you. Practice this skill set of starting to see what you feel and then how your energy and your emotions are influenced when you enter into a space where other people can share with you their emotions. That's step one to starting to establish that boundary and noticing the difference between you and others, which is the number one thing that we have to do as empaths. This was just a taste of one of the 33 lessons in the HR Intuitive. For more, pick up your copy of the HR Intuitive today.